Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 6 Geography part 3 Hydrosphere Water. In this video we are going to discuss about tides, water currents, significance of ocean and their movement. So these are some of the important topics which we are going to discuss in this video. So here we have the topic tides. So because of the gravitational pull of the moon and sun, the sea water rises and falls twice daily, and that is almost on regular interval. Now this periodic rise and fall of the sea water is called tides. So it rises and falls twice daily, and that is on regular interval, and that is because of the gravitational pull of the moon and sun. So the tides occur because of the gravitational pull of the sun and moon. And the rise and fall of the ocean is also called high tide and low tide. Rise is called high tide and fall is called low tide. Here you can see in the picture the high tide and the low tide. And how it is so. High tide is also called spring tide and low tide is also known as neap tide. Now already we discussed that that rise of the sea water is called high tide and also it is known as spring tide, and the falling is called low tide or neap tide. So this spring tide, it occurs twice a month. In a month it will occur twice when sun, moon and earth are in straight line. You can see in the picture when earth, moon and sun, three of them are in the straight line, then these spring tides occur, and it happens twice a month, 2 times in a month. And when it happens on full moon and new moon. Full moon and new moon. Now when the sun and moon are at right angle to each other, as you can see in the second picture, then low tides occur. You can see in the second picture sun and moon is making a right angle, and when this alignment is there, you can see low tide or neap tide, and this also occurs twice a month, at the first quarter and last quarter. It happens at first quarter and last quarter. So high tide you can see, spring tides you can see, spring tides occur twice a month when sun, moon and earth are in straight line, and neap tide occurs when sun and moon makes the right angle with the earth. Okay. Now what are the importance of the tides? So these tides are used to generate electricity. Now if you see the big countries like France, Russia, China, they have big power stations which generate electricity from tide. Okay. Now India has also made some progress in this direction. Also these tides are important for navigation. Because of these tides, ships these tides enable big ships to enter or sail out of the harbor. Because of these tides only they can navigate. Hooghly Port in Kolkata is a good example of utilization of tidal water for flushing the port as well as facilitating entry and departure of ships. So these are some of the importance of tides. Now next topic is ocean currents. So the movement of ocean in a constant direction is called ocean current. It can be cold or warm. Ocean current also influences the temperature condition of the area. As you know, it can be cold and warm. So according to that, it can influence the temperature of the area. If current is warm, it will bring the warm temperature over the land surface. And if it is cold, the area will have the cold climate, cold temperature. Now the areas where warm and cold currents meet, those areas are best fishing grounds of the world, where the warm and cold currents meet. These warm currents, they originate from the areas which is lying near the equator. You know, equator is the hottest part on the earth. So these warm currents are actually originated from the equator, and these cold currents, they are originated near the poles. Okay, and they flow towards the equatorial regions. They start from polar regions, that is why they are cold, and they flow towards the equatorial regions. And the warm currents, as you know, the equator is the hottest part of the earth, they originated from the equator. We have a table of major cold and warm currents of the world, so we'll go through that. So here we have the major cold currents and major warm currents of the world. So we have, in cold currents, we have west wind drift, Benguela current, Canaries current, California current, West Australian current, Oashio current, Labrador current, Humboldt, which is Peru current. So these are some of the cold currents of the world. And now we'll have a look of warm currents of the world. So we have north and south equatorial current. Then we have Gulf Stream, Alaska current, North Pacific drift, Kuroshio Current, Brazilian Current, Oglas Current, Mozambique Current. So these are some of the warm currents. You have a world map here of the ocean currents, and the blue lines are actually the cold currents, and the warm currents are indicated with orange color. So you can see the orange color are all warm currents. These warm currents originate near the equator, and the cold currents originate near the poles, and from poles it flow towards equatorial regions, which you can see here in the map and understand. Now we have significance of ocean and their movements. So oceans are the main source of water vapors. It also provides huge variety of minerals. It provide transportation facilities. Also, it is home for many mammals, reptiles, marine plants. Ocean provides natural link between the continents. Like if you see the continent Australia, how will you connect with that if ocean will be not there? So it is a link which connects the continents. Ocean waves are also used to generate electricity, like we already discussed. France, China, these are the countries who are producing electricity with the tides. The meeting of warm and cold currents result in the development of planktons. Now what are planktons? Plankton is the tiny form of plant and animal life that serve as food for fish, and that is the reason these areas are ideal for fishing. You can find fish here because plankton, which is the food for fish, is developed here in the area where warm and cold currents meet. Now you understood why this area is ideal for fishing. Also, ocean currents help in maritime trade. For trade also these areas are useful. So these are some of the importance of ocean and their movements. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.